Oh, well, construction on the pink barrio, so we got kicked out. So I said, well, I'll go do a video of some sort. But I know the video I wanted to do, it's about the last video, about how fast Greenland is melting and why. The water from the Atlantic, which is around 60, 57 degrees, is coming up and around and up the fjords of Greenland and melting the glaciers. Now, as we saw in the last video, or learned in the last video, oops, someone's coming. We found out that the Greenland ice sheet has cubic miles of ice on top of it. So let's say we took a cubic mile of ice and we set it out outdoors in the bright sunshine all summer. How fast do you think it would melt? Probably a year, right? Something like that. Maybe half a year, 3/4 of a year. Now if you took that same that same square mile of ice and put it into, let's say, a bowl big enough to hold it, and it was floating around in there, and the water stayed at a constant 57 to 60 degrees flowing around the iceberg, how long would that take to melt? Weeks? Maybe a month? 2 months at the most? So that's what's happening in Greenland. The water temperature is coming around the ice and melting it extra fast, 50% faster than in pre-industrial levels. So it's obvious that we need to do something, and quick. The CO2 numbers are just going up through the roof. I mean, I'm seeing numbers going up faster than I've ever seen it before. Apparently in the last few years, a lot of the CO2 went into the ocean, and now the ocean is reached equilibrium, and so the CO2 is now staying in the air, causing the numbers to go up. We're going into uncharted territory. Let's go on with the hike. Well, it goes something like this. Humans, because of their past, are naturally lazy. It's so that we didn't use up all of our energy because we didn't have readily available food. But now that we have readily available food and housing and everything else we need, medical care, we don't need to be lazy. More people coming. So I feel like I'm repeating myself, but we have to do something. It's got to be political. It has to be replacing every single government's leadership. Has to be done. Has to be done with progressive leadership here in the U.S. and every place else. Here in the U.S. in 4 years we'll have another election. Oh, aren't they awful? We cannot keep doing the same thing we've been doing. It just won't work. I think we're already at the point of no return. But boy, if this time we don't put in the right government, I may even have to quit the video because I'll know there's no hope then. Jeez. But this planet's system, nature as it's called, is very resilient and can take care of a lot of problems. As long as it has enough time. Will it take care of the human problem? Teach us all the right ways of doing things? Well, you know, I've said this over and over. We must get in progressive leadership around the world. End the wars, end the greed, and end the money system. Let's try something new, something exciting, something that's much more fair to everyone. Here in the U.S., 60% of the residents of the U.S. have no savings at all now. And do you know what Wall Street did today? It crashed. Of course, after the banks threw in a couple $1 trillion to plunge the stock market. It didn't work. The crash is coming. Are you ready for it? I bet not. And when the economy crashes, it will be that much harder to get in a new government, because the old government will say you have to do things the old way to fix things. And most of the sheeple won't believe it. The progressives are calling. Are we ready to do something? Are you ready to do something? Like try and get a new progressive party going? Something progressive in your country? more environmentally friendly. Your thoughts. I appreciate all the ups and the downs, and especially all the new subscribers, because YouTube is taking away a lot of subscribers. But that's okay. Pink Bio will continue until there really is no hope. So, till next time.